Know that while I slumbered, we'd all been paid a visit by someone very special. And I'm not talking about Santa Claus, but I am talking about another man in a red shirt. Nikocado Avocado. I woke up this morning in a different timeline. I think we shifted back to the Berenstain Bears universe and left the Berenstain Bears universe behind.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life. So I am the villain because I've made myself one.
This moment right here is this generation's I Am Your Father. This is up there with the Darth Vader identity reveal. Perhaps one of the most unexpected things I've seen in quite some time. When I was watching this, I let out an audible whoa. Like, I couldn't help myself. My body responded without any other part of me having say-so over it. My body itself, my soul, was shocked when he took the mask off there. So, he gives like a villain monologue that sounds like it's out of the Fallout universe, talking about how he's 2 steps ahead because he had played the villain for so long now.
Today I woke up from a very long dream, and I also woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring.
Losing 250 pounds is an unbelievable feat that's nothing shy of extraordinary. And he mentions how even yesterday, YouTubers and many other people were calling him sad, fat, depressing, sick, and all of that, and still making videos about him, even while he secretly, over the course of 2 years, had been losing all of that weight. And all the videos that people were talking about were actually videos that Nikocado had filmed 2 years prior and kept drip feeding to the community to keep them either entertained or keep himself fanning the flames of drama for people to latch on to. It is actually very fascinating. Now, some of you might recall about 4 years ago, Nikocado Avocado and myself had a tiny bit of beef. I'm talking like a Salisbury steak level of beef between us, and we had a bit of a tinkle tussle back and forth pissing contest, and boo! Fact check jump scare. I wanted to double check when all of that took place, so I looked at it. It turns out it was 2021 AD. It was late September, so it's coming up on 3 years, not 4. I was a little off on that. Time moves very weird now. I don't know what happened, but time is moving at a different speed than it used to. After all that drama, I had actually kept up with Nikocado Avocado, occasionally just tuning in to check and see what's going on. I made a video like a year ago on a piece of content that Nick dropped where he actually did talk about a weight loss journey that he was going on, and I've kind of just been cheering him on from the sidelines ever since then, just hoping that he'd follow through on that and just to see where it all goes. So to see this come up was not only extremely surprising, just given how much weight he had lost in a relatively short period of time. I know to a lot of people 2 years, like on the internet terms, that's like ancient history. Things that happened 2 years ago, that might as well be the fucking void century that no one remembers. But like speaking realistically, 2 years to lose 250 pounds, that's a speed run. Those are gold splits.
I haven't made a video for like 2 years, and this is where I'm posting now on this channel, so I hope you consider subscribing if you want. I'm actually posting more next week, so yeah, that would mean a lot to me.
On his second channel, he mentions that it's been 2 years since he's made a video, so you can piece little breadcrumbs together in your head and follow this path here, connecting the dots. He has released videos on all of his channels over the course of 2 years. Quite a few of them. Not to the same frequency that he used to, but he still had a ton of videos that he's releasing over the last 2 years. Videos that were posted 2 weeks ago, or even as recent as 5 days ago, where he is that same weight, were all apparently recorded years ago. And it's not like it's CGI and it's not AI generated content. Nick actually just had a crazy backlog, like the Library of Alexandria for mukbangs, and he just kept going to the vault to upload some of that old pre-recorded content as if it was new, and people were none the wiser. I even went through these two videos here in particular just to see if I could find like a date somewhere on like his phone or when he went to the heart attack grill, like maybe like a calendar sticking on a wall, but I didn't see anything. Maybe I missed it. I did kind of go through it like 2x speed, so maybe it like flashed by really quick and I just didn't see it. But I do believe him that these were recorded years ago because that's the only logical explanation for how he is 250 pounds down right now, yet 5 days ago he has a video at the heart attack grill where he's still like 400 pounds or whatever it was. Dude was playing chess while the rest of us were playing checkers. He played us like a goddamn violin, and Nick loves the violin. Many of you might not remember this from the Nick expanded universe, the lore, but he was actually an incredible violin player. He was more decorated than like Captain America in terms of accolades when it came to this. Like in his field of violin, he was a very well regarded, talented player. And he came out here and just fucking Gangnam styled on us. He really did play us like a sweet melody on that instrument.
It was a long 8 years, wasn't it?
Nikocado Avocado has been a low-hanging fruit for quite some time. It's almost hacky for one of these like long YouTube content essays that write about the downfalls of people to even do one on Nikocado Avocado, because he objectively has made a fool of himself and also seemingly gotten worse and worse over the years. Now, of course, that is if you were simply watching Nikocado Avocado videos and not thinking about a different purpose. Turns out Nikocado Avocado was doing something very different. He was cooking up not a hot pot or a stew or another thing that, I don't know, he was going to do a mukbang over. Turns out the entire time he was just going crazy behind closed doors. Let's take a look.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
Why is he going Joker mode right off the jump?
This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life. It's alluring, it's compelling, it's gripping to observe all these unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories, ideas, rivalries, where they feel.
There was a dude that made a 7-hour video on Nikocado Avocado before his big drop. 7 hours. Nikocado Avocado, the disturbing story behind the internet's most hated mukbanger. 7 whole hours. And then very quickly he turns around and makes an update video as well. Everyone on YouTube is just a demon. Okay?
Feel encouraged and engaged, where they involve themselves with the stories and become a product of influence. Thirsty for a distraction from time unspent, spoiling their minds, yet stimulating them at the same time. It's brilliant, and it's dangerous. I feel as if I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm. One follows another, follows another, follows another. It's mesmerizing.
Bro, for those of you who don't know who the Nikocado Avocado is, he's just a fat guy. That's it. He's just a fat dude who got like progressively more fat by doing these like crazy eating. He's a real eater, okay? Originally, he's like not a fat guy, okay? And a vegan. Then he quits veganism and becomes like really fat, right? Like morbidly obese. I'm not talking like, I'm not doing like fat shaming shit. I'm talking like he progressively becomes like incredibly fat. And he's like making a fool of himself like this. He's just like doing shit like this. It's basically like fetish content. Mukbang is like, for those of you who don't know, mukbang is like when you just sit there and eat, and a lot of people like it. There's like an ASMR component to it. I don't understand it at all. And people are really sad and desperate to pay attention to something, anything like this. They're just, you know, people love this shit. They love someone making a fool of themselves. Turns out he was pumping videos from the past, and also maybe even wearing a fat suit in the process while simultaneously losing all of the weight.
It's spellbinding. All these little consumers, all of these lost and bored people. People consuming anything that they're told to consume. So I am the villain because I've made myself one. And you will continue to consume these stories about me year after year after year.
Yeah, no, he had a backlog of videos, but I think he was like also taking advantage of like a fat suit or something as well. Am I wrong about this? No, I know he had a backlog of videos. I'm saying like he was pumping a backlog of videos while he was like simultaneously losing the weight.
For as long as I tell the internet that I am the villain, stories that permeate and linger and infect the minds of the ants, influence the ants, brainwash the ants. You are the ants.
Bro's having a Joker moment, but to be honest, pre-recording 2 years of content while you lose 260 pounds is probably the most content Joker shit there ever will be. Yeah. No, he was actually fat. And he was like making a mockery of himself and like presenting himself as like this pathetic fat person who's like corresponding to, I guess, like a lot of people who, you know, hate fat people and like what they expect fat people to do and be like. And then he lost all the weight, but he still had a backlog of content doing the same old videos. So he was just uploading videos, getting progressively fatter and fatter while people were like, oh, look at him. He's such a sad man. Meanwhile, he was actually losing the weight. It's like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia Max situation. Let's continue.
Today I woke up from a very long dream. And I also woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant. People are the most messed up creatures on the entire planet.
Bro, listen, fat, skinny, it don't matter, okay? This dude is mentally ill. I'll say it. Doing all that to your body from the start, mental illness. Then turning around and then doing this, also mentally ill.
And yet,
at least he's not shooting up a school or some shit, all right? Like, honestly, thank God he's not doing that kind of stuff and using his mental illness for content, using it as like a content savant.
I've still managed to stay 2 steps ahead of everyone. The joke's on you. you're so cute. Oh, you're so, yeah. Oh, you're so cute. Yeah. You like that. You look like a big green ball. Yeah, you look like a big green avocado, which is my favorite fruit ever. Yeah. Oh, you're a good bird. Oh, Mr. Noodle. I knew you liked that. You missed me so much. Years, wasn't it? It was a long.
Oh my God, get to the fucking point, dog. I can't watch 25 minutes of this. Is he gonna eat the fucking bird or not?
It would have gone this long, but it did. And it was like a bad dream that, yeah, it was like a really bad dream that we were waiting for it to be over. And it's over. It was just a dream.
Why is he crying? Like, bro, you did this to yourself. Oh God. I didn't watch a single piece of this content when it was happening. So I guess I'm like the worst person to judge what is going on here, because like for a lot of people, they were like, oh my God, I'm shocked. He really duped us all. For me, it's like, I don't know anything about this dude. I didn't give a fuck about any of the shit that was going on. For me, it's like, okay, guy was fat. Everybody made fun of him. Now he's skinny. I suspect this is the way that he makes his content. I've never watched a full Nikocado Avocado video except for like when he got a, was it a Hawaii apartment or something?
It was just a dream, Mr. Noodle, wasn't it? Yeah. It feels like a bad dream. But we woke up. We woke up. Yeah. We're so excited. We woke up. Yay! We woke up from the bad dream. And I'm back. And Mr. Noodle is back. And here we are. We're back home, Shooby-Doo. Say good morning, Mr. Noodle. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my studio for the second time.
Okay, bro. Oh. Okay, I don't like this. Wait.
This is the life. Oh my gosh.
He's eating with the bird.
Mr. Noodle. Oh, I gotta have this. This is worth my soul. This is worth everything in my soul. He seems to like it too. This is why I live life. I love spicy black bean noodles. And by the way, if you're new to my, well, Mr. Noodle can't taste spice. They don't have the receptors for it, and actually, spicy pepper is really good for their immune system, so the vet and people, they always recommend to give. So I'm just kind of mixing this around since I put those toppings on it. But it's incredible. Now, I'm also going to have to put a little bib on because this is about to get real wild. Ooh, you love your mushy peas. Cheers, everybody, to a new era.
Where does he explain what he did? Like, come on, man.
We were all just dreaming. Cheers. Mr. Noodle, this is so good.
He doesn't? What do you want him to say? I don't think he does. Wait, that's it? It's just him doing a mukbang for the rest of this video? Part 2?
Welcome to Nikocado 2. This is my second channel, and I hope... It kind of looks like the things you see on everything bagels.
That's all this motherfucker does? That's all this motherfucker does?